as human beings, I think it's important to us to even have that which is ultimately faceless and nameless, for it to have a face, because that, or a name, right, to call it something, because it acts as a reminder. It can kind of elicit something, remind us that there's this deep dimension of being that in the complexity of life can be easy to forget, and easy to lose a living sense of connectedness with your own divinity, with that which is sacred, and also the divinity of your fellow beings. You know, it sure seems that in the world today, most parts of the world, there's a real need for us to kind of reconnect with what we share. You know, we have so many means of expressing our displeasure. You know, we can hop on the computer and, you know, type out whatever we're upset about, and sometimes that's good. It's good to have avenues through which people can express themselves that didn't feel really empowered to express themselves before. And so I think some of what we're experiencing nowadays is part of the newness of all that, you know, that anybody actually has access towards for their voice to be read, at least, if not heard, by others. And so we do seem to be in this phase for a while now where you know, expressing our discontent, as important as that can be, and it can be very, very important to have avenues through which to do that, but also to not forget what connects us. Because that remembrance of what really connects us, with all of our diversity, and, you know, of all the ways that human beings are so diverse and live in different places and have different ethnic and racial and religious identities, and, you know, it's just, there's so much uniqueness and diversity about human beings, as there is about life. You know, just go for a walk in the woods and there's no two trees exactly alike, and you know, there's no two waves that wash up on the beach that look exactly alike. And diversity seems to be one of the orders of nature. And yet, within that diversity, if we really intuitively open ourselves deeply and open our perceptions up and get quiet, so we can start to experience and perceive amongst all the diversity that there's also a sameness, a connecting thread through all life forms. And I think that's part of what all the different world's religious festival ceremonies, that's one of their potentials, you know, that they can lead to a sort of in-group, our way's the right way, and excluding all other approaches. But also they can be ways that that connect us with the sacred, that we remember. And maybe we even start to connect in a way that transcends whatever in our own minds is resonant as a way of talking about spirit or spirituality, about talking about true nature. You know, some people are comfortable to talk about true nature as consciousness or awareness, and somebody else it's spirit, and somebody else they might be more comfortable with divine. Some would call it the Christ, others would call it Buddha nature. We do each have our own particular ways of articulating, especially our own deep experience.